I mean, we also have to talk about Jen Shaw. We have to talk about the mess.
We will.
We have to talk about the mess that was this season of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
I'm so... Thank you, Lou.
Thank you, Lou.
You're the best. Just love them. Just a little angel.
Truly.
So I don't know if you read my Instagram story where I asked if...
Oh, the one you tagged me in?
Yeah.
Of course I did.
Yeah. Where I'm ready to script a production once Jennifer Shaw's out of jail called Shaw's Shank Redemption, filmed in Detroit. I see Jen coming out of prison and right into a pair of buffs. Like she's giving buffs, she's giving fur coat. She absolutely has braids.
Of course she has braids. She had braids before.
Okay. You know that in prison she is like top dog.
Okay, but the problem is that when she had her braids and what I imagine her looking like in prison is Will Ferrell from that movie Get Hard with Kevin Hart.
Yes.
And it's a no for me.
You know,
in the words of the prophet Randy Jackson, it's a no for me, dog.
You know what? I have to respect the game. I have to respect the reality that, like, Jen Shaw found somebody in prison. This is all hypotheticals, by the way. We don't know what's going on.
No one knows.
These are all just like
as far as we know, Andy Cohen has not gotten a camera crew inside the prison
yet.
Though I would not put it past him.
Listen, that man is a god and a demon at both. Like the chokehold that he has on my life.
That is a fact.
And the way that like I have a seething dislike of like everything that I know about him. But I cannot stop watching. But Shaw's Shank Redemption, braids. Yep. I see her having like straight backs because unless she's gonna have to really like titillate the black ladies in that prison to get someone black to do her hair.
Yeah,
she's gonna have to really tone down the AAVE, or people will find it charming. We'll see. But Jen is also like insane. Do you remember when she said, "Don't talk about me"?
Of course, I remember.
Truly,
I will never forget. Etched into my memory so deeply is the moment when they were in. I think it was in Las Vegas.
Okay,
and it was season 1.
Okay. And they were in Vegas, yes.
Whitney had set up for them to meet with a healer of sorts.
Yes, I do recall this.
And this person said, "Who here feels personally victimized by Jen Shaw?" And every single hand went up. It was what every preacher has ever wanted, for every single hand to go up in the room.
She threw shoes off of a boat. She poured champagne. Okay. So we're
getting ahead of ourselves.
Because we're here for a completely
classic
different...
us.
us.
us. Silly us.
Okay, so welcome back, everyone, one and all, to the Hard R's. It's me, your host, Asia Mock. Today, we have dear friend, return guest, my whole heart. I was standing on the stairs to hug Derek, and I still am not as tall as Derek, like on the stairs. But we have our beautiful, beautiful friend, Derek Collard, here today, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Woo! It's so good to be back.
Derek, tell us your pronouns, please.
My pronouns are he, him. Boring.
No, but you are. Yes. But you're like, as a he, him, I can really count on one hand the he, hims that have a place in my heart, even like in my universe. And you're one of them. So keep it up, champ, because you're doing a great job.
Thank you. I do my best.
You do so good. And I just love you. And I'm so happy you're back in the new studio.
In the new studio, I'm living for this light.
Okay, thank you so much.
It's iconic.
It was a gift to us. Like I was just like, I want to start. Like part of my manifesting process is like starting to move as though like I'm in the sphere that I want to be in. Not in a delusional way, but in a way where it's like I'm taking myself seriously and I have a sign now. So like, and this bitch can go with me anywhere. It's mobile.
It's mobile. It's beautiful.
Thank
this
you.
color.
Thank you.
Mwah.
Just
perfect.
Thank you.
Perfection.
You're back. We're in the new stew.
Yep.
Oh, for those of you, yes, my pronouns are they and she. Go to previous episodes to figure out why. It's also like International Women's Month.
I loved the video that you posted.
Thank you. It was so perfect.
It was so succinct and so well. I was like, this is everything.
It was perfectly articulated. And like I've been, for those of you who've been listening to past episodes, like I have been talking a lot about my pronouns and why I'm they, she, and I've had a hard time like being able to succinctly and like articulately like encapsulate why I feel so strongly with they, she while completely identifying as a non-binary person. Yeah. But like this TikTok creator who if I can remember, I will be sure to tag them in the show notes. But they basically said like they are non-binary. They are non-binary.
Right. They are they.
Okay, they are they. However, they identify with the Black woman experience because they grew up as Black women. Mm-hmm. And that is so powerful and so perfect because that's it. Yeah. And conversely, just to really like take it up a notch, if I identify as a Black non-binary human who grew up with a Black woman experience. Mm-hmm. Conversely, what does that mean about people who grew up as white women who identify as non-binary and are problematic? Because conversely, maybe you're still attacked. Well, just something to think about. I don't know. It's just something I think about. Thought. You know what I mean? Like you really, regardless of whatever, you cannot detach from like your origin place. Mm-hmm. That is going to be part of you. That is
very true. And the more that you try to, this is like the weird catch-22. Mm-hmm. Is the more you try to distance yourself from it, the more you actually end up doing harmful things. Yes. Because you're trying so hard to not be aware of something that is just a fact of reality. Yes, Derek, say it. If you, as a white person, mm-hmm. I recognize that I am white. Mm-hmm. I cannot not be white. Yes. And I also recognize all of the harmful shit that white people have done. And I own that I am not above doing dumb shit. Like,
and that's it. The accountability piece across the board is recognizing that as a human being, right? Like when we're thinking mm-hmm. about like racial dynamics, like it is important to think about power dynamics. But at the core of all of that, y'all, we are all human beings, mm-hmm. except for Madonna. I don't know what's going on there. And I told y'all she was drinking the stem cell right out of the baby. She's got the 29 2 for 50. Stop. You know what I mean? She'll get one African baby that she fronts, and then she'll get another one that she sucks the stem cells right out of. I said what I said. Ooh. And Derek is cringing because Derek can see it.
I can,
that is a reptilian human. That is a reptile human being.
I'm not going to disagree with you because when she showed up at, I think it was the Grammys, I was like, who is that? And then I saw the little bottom third and it said Madonna and I was like,
also the outfit, I was like, what in the Nazi Germany is going on here?
I understood that she was trying to go for a dominatrix thing. It was a miss.
No, it was giving.
And it was not you shot for the moon and you landed among the stars. Yeah, that was not it.
It was giving Miss Trunchbull as a Nazi.
Yeah, it was you shot for the moon and you burned up in the atmosphere.
It's giving the Challenger explosion. Is basically what Derek is saying.
My lord.
Moving on. Oh, I need to set a timer. I always forget this. Hey Siri. Shit. Set a timer. I'm sorry, we're laughing. No, I'm so sorry. I don't want you to change anything. Will you please set a timer for 1 hour and 30 minutes from now?
1 hour and 30 minutes.
Thanks.
Counting down.
Counting down. Okay.
Just like the Challenger. Oh no. We need to get away from the Challenger. Sad fact. My aunt who lives in Florida. My aunt who lives in Florida saw that happen like in the sky.
Of course she did.
And has never been able to watch another shuttle launch since.
Why would you?
I don't know.
Why
Honestly,
would you?
I wouldn't.
Unless it was like Elon Musk and I knew it was going to blow up and I knew I could watch that. Like,
or Jeff Bezos.
Really all of them. Take all of them and just put them in a rocket and just...
Have you seen Don't Look Up?
No, I haven't watched it fully yet.
Oh.
I started watching it and then I fell asleep.
Well, then I can't tell you what I was going to say.
Okay, well...
I don't want to ruin it.
Well, then we'll wait. I'll watch it, of course, and then we'll discuss.
Yeah.
So, speaking of wild stories, let's talk about mental health check-in.
Mental health check-in.
It's mental health check-in. Derek.
Yes.
Friend. Comrade. Sweet love. Talk to me about how you're feeling. What's up with you?
What's up with me? I feel like life has actually been pretty good lately.
Okay.
Which is a nice change of pace, a nice change of events. I mean, there's obviously the world is a dumpster fire.
Oh yeah.
Fully.
I mean, and not just I don't want to say like the world, yes.
But exclusively America.
America is
really
leading the way. Yeah. And
yeah,
it's embarrassing.
It truly is.
It's beyond embarrassing at this point.
Yeah, I think the reason that I would say my mental health is not bad at the moment is honestly because I feel like I'm in a moment of life where I'm really allowing myself to tap into anger and to like be angry.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Do you want me to turn the fan on or anything?
No,
or
we're fine.
Okay. I just
smoke away.
Thank you, love. Thank you. Is it not the most important, like such an important tool, anger?
Yeah.
And allowing yourself to feel it and it not destroying you or it not. Anger doesn't always have to be attached to some powerfully negative emotional reaction.
I feel like growing up in white conservative evangelicalism, that is a group of people who, while being some of the most angry people, one, they have zero reason to be angry, but two, they demonize any anger that they don't like claim as holy anger.
Righteous anger.
Yes. And so anytime, like the other day, I don't know if y'all have talked about the stuff that happened at the gathering.
Yes.
So
not on the show because you're actually the first person that we've had on the show since Lou and I did the Valentine's episode because we'll get into that during my mental health check-in.
So this coffee shop that is like very near and dear to my heart here in the city.
Lou also works there.
I have worked there and do work there sometimes.
Yes.
Received some just like hateful 10-page document that like and like I think I actually got sick because we were supposed to record the day after they got that.
Yes.
And my adrenaline spiked so high after hearing about that I think that's why I got sick the next day.
Yeah.
Because my like adrenal glands had been pumping at like 10 and I like
it was serious.
It was like
this person CW also because I'm going to talk about like what this person did and what they said, but basically they wrote this letter in that said that they were going to like unalive the people working in the gathering and of the gathering because homophobia.
Yeah. And the thing that really got my fucking goat is that they like tried to bring God into it. If you want to unalive somebody, leave God out of it.
First of all, if you want to unalive somebody, start with yourself. Do a flip. I'm exhausted. Number 2. So what I love to do with my friends is to be the person that, like, I say the things that, like, you're thinking, but, like, I'm saying them out loud because...
Facts.
Like, number 2, like, get a fucking life. Like,
get a fucking
life. And additionally, as I mentioned in a previous episode, 99% of the time, these hate-filled rants are simply projections.
Correct.
Of your own homosexual desires, fantasies, videos, weird shit. Y'all, it be getting weird. And instead of like going to therapy about it or like going to Jesus, who I'm pretty sure is like cool with you being gay or whatever.
He's cool with me being gay. Me and Jesus are like this,
okay, like,
and I am very homosexual.
You said me and Christ are like this, and I'm very like this, okay?
Yeah.
Period.
The 2 hand motions I need.
Okay.
Me and Jesus, gay. For those who can't have video access,
You're really
I crossed
missing
my
out.
fingers when I said me and Jesus are like this.
Yes.
And then I went full limp wrist when I said, and I'm a homosexual.
Yes.
So.
I just get a life.
Get a fucking life.
So disgusting and so scary because we live in a time where like people are actually doing these things.
Correct.
It's not just like, LOL, yeah, it's like a threat. No, this is like, you have to take it seriously.
Yeah.
And people also don't recognize that the effects that it has on not just like the person who owns the shop, but because the gathering is like a community space.
Mm-hmm. And it's a safe space for people, and it's like
it's not, the shit isn't cool. So if I find out who wrote that letter, I'm beating your ass. There's no questions asked. It's on site. Because
fucking
in 2023, like, I'm so tired of people being like, turn the other cheek.
Honestly,
let's talk about anger.
Yes. So
okay?
that
the righteousness of anger. Because if I see you, if we find out who you are, I am literally uppercutting you to the next galaxy.
Yeah.
And I will. And
the
I will.
Mandalorian
and you know how I'm gonna sleep?
cannot help you.
You know how I'm about to sleep?
Yeah. Same.
Anger.
Yeah. So I like was so angry with what happened, and then like I was texting my dad, and he was like, "Oh, don't be angry. Pray for him." And I'm like, No. I will be angry.
Listen.
Thank you. Thank you for your consideration.
I'll
I
pray
will continue
that I don't see them in public, because
facts.
if I do, it's on site.
Point blank period.
Okay? Like, you don't play around with my family, my friends, my community. You definitely don't play with the LGBTQ plus community.
No.
People, let's remember, the Stonewall was bricks, honey. It was beating up police. It was challenging oppression with what I view as a righteous and necessary violence.
Yes.
And I'm over like just sugarcoating that people are out here being wildly violent. And
I think too, like, again, like that group of people is so used to justifying their own anger when in reality they have nothing to be angry about.
you have to create anger in that point, just like you created race. Yeah.
Facts.
It's really wild too, because I laugh about it because I'm like, okay, how can you be angry about the system
that you created? You fucking designed
and maintain.
Yes.
And maintain. So you look at all the oppression and you're like, bro, I'm oppressed too.
Wrong,
bro.
You are Pharaoh.
You're fine. You're fine enough to draft a 10-page letter and send it in on some fucking ransom ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
You're fine enough to you're privileged enough to have access to a computer and a fucking printer and a fucking, you're lucky that it's Detroit and DPD don't give a fuck.
But all that to say, my mental health, because I have been, and Shout out to all. I feel very privileged and honored and blessed to have access to books that are written by. I've been focusing a lot on reading books written by Black femmes. And I read a book that was called This Here Flesh, and there was an entire chapter on anger, and it like reworked things for me.
Yes.
And just
Powerful.
shout out to Cole Arthur Riley is the author of the book.
Yes.
And she's fucking incredible.
Yes.
And that book was everything to me.
Shout out to Black femmes during this like Women's History Month or International or whatever is popping off, because
Yesterday was
honestly,
International Women's right,
International Women's Day.
Yeah, International Women's Day.
I don't think that people spend enough time understanding or recognizing that Black femmes are the source of coming to terms with what to do with your anger and how to use your rage in a way that does not destroy you. And we're just getting better and better at it because like systems are it's like systems aren't necessarily like loosening up their reins. I just think there's a certain level of like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway because I have to, because I'm here and like I have to live. Yeah. What do we do with our rage? I watched a movie you will love if you've Prime called The Nanny. That is
not the show from the 90s.
Not Fran Drescher. No, not Fran Drescher.
Okay.
This is The Nanny. It's on Amazon Prime. Please watch it. It is an incredible story of a woman who immigrated from, actually she's like undocumented from Senegal, who becomes a caretaker for this like Upper East Side like crust white family, and all of the things that come with that and what that looks like. And there's a scene where the Senegalese woman
is this a documentary or
no? This is a fictional drama thriller.
Ooh, a drama thriller.
There's thrills. There are thrills and chills. I was really shocked, and it's beautifully shot. It's absolutely gorgeous. And these two Black femmes are talking, and one older Black femme looks at the Senegalese woman and is like, "What do you do with your rage? Like, how do you use it? Do you use it in a way that will care for you, or do you use it in a way where, you know, like you envelop it and like it takes over you?" And I mean, honestly, generationally, when I look at Black femmes and Black women, you know, we be dropping dead, you know, at 55 from fucking stress because.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like part of it, I feel like it's such an unfair burden that Black femmes have had to carry because everyone else has had the capacity in so many ways to rage and destroy. Yep. But Black femmes are not given the option of destruction. No. Because literally so many things are held together by Black femmes. And so it's that thing of like, because that pressure cooker situation has been the reality, Black femmes know what to do with anger better than anyone else does.
We are, do we? Period. Very well put. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. And I'm excited about taking a look at In This Flesh.
This Here Flesh.
This Here Flesh. Okay, thank you. Yeah. And I'll like tag it too in the notes.
Cole Arthur Riley also has, this is a little, all of this is kind of Christian-y because I'm kind of Christian-y. Like I said, me and Jesus like this.
Tight.
Correct. Facts. But Cole has an Instagram called Black Liturgies, I think is what it's called. Okay. And she posts quotes and like different prayers and things.
I'll have to look that up.
Pretty regularly.
Why don't you just send it to me?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Y'all listen, hey, I know people are like, Christianity, and like, it's, you know, same. But also, I need you to understand that like, when you are in the company of people who are like comfortable and confident in their faith and not like throwing it upon you, they just move in their faith, and are like you embody so much goodness and so much that I appreciate about the values that are taught and interpreted in the goodness of people, like not used in ways that are used to oppress, and all the different ways that the Bible was used to do all this horrible shit to people.
Terrible shit.
Terrible shit. Great stories.
Stories.
Weird stories.
It's also like so weird to me that the Bible, a book about brown people who were enslaved, was then turned around to enslave brown people.
Yes.
Like,
cycle. It really gets Tim Allen. It's giving this home needs an improvement.
Fact. Big facts.
Okay.
This home needs an improvement.
That's what our sitcom is going to be. That's what, oh my God, we should also.
We'll have Shawshank Redemption at 8, and then This Home Needs an Improvement is on at 9.
Them Femmes Network coming to you soon. Don't you even worry about it. It's on its way. My mental health.
Yes, tell us.
Nigga, I've been through it. Okay? I like y'all, and I'm so okay. In my physical world, lost power for 6 days. House was 36 degrees. The house, we had a horrible winter storm.
We did.
It was really vicious. Power down. I think it was over 600,000 people in the state of Michigan lost power. 600,000.
It's almost like one company shouldn't just be in charge of all of those people's power.
It's almost like one company is literally using 2 paper clips and a piece of bubblegum wrapper to hold this infrastructure together while owning mansions and jet skis, and their kids go to school and their heat's on, and they have backup generators and RVs and 4-wheelers, and I'm ready to start robbing niggas because... Explain to me. Okay, anyway. DTE, no power for 6 days.
Yeah,
this means
we're calling them out by name.
Fuck you, DTE. DTE. And then you have the right, and then you have the audacity. Then you have the big dicked audacity to be like, we gonna up the prices on y'all's by 8%. By the way, inflation.
What?
Inflation is created by CEOs, by the way. It's not really like a market determination thing. It's literally just
money is fake and everything is a scam.
Literally, and everything's racist too. Don't you know? Against me and you. Okay, it's really. Did you like that?
That just became a fucking bop.
So, okay, physically just going through it. No power, just like a lot of displacement, a lot of going to other people's houses. Thank you to my friends who let us crash, like, because we didn't have power. That was cool. We weren't able to record, like, just kind of fell off of the game. I ended up getting sick. I think if you are watching the video, like, the last time you saw me, I had, like, a Band-Aid on my fucking face because, like, basically, long story short, this is what happened. Were you Nelly? I was not Nelly. I wish. Neither was I Left Eye Lopez. I was a bitch with a sinus infection and a nose ring infection that spread and met.
No.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen.
No.
Listen to me. Listen to me. It spread from this corner of my nose. The infection did. I did not know it was an infection. My nose was itching, but I was like, whatever. And my face was fine.
Yeah.
Literally. That's no big deal.
Oh my God.
I have American healthcare. Like, let me just squeeze some lemon juice on it. I'll be fine. So it's itching, whatever. We're rolling into winter. I live with a teenager who goes to a public school. I'm surrounded when I'm in public by germs. Filthy animal. People are so disgusting.
I work in hospitality and can confirm that humanity is disgusting.
Oh my God, like my neck just cracked. So I ended up getting sick, and I fought it off, and turns out my sinuses got infected. And because God is really hilarious, and like so's the universe, and in like our design, turns out that like all that shit, ear, nose, and throat, that's all one big
It's all one circuit.
It's all one big hot circuit. So if you
Yeah.
have 2 infections,
for the price
going,
of one.
that meant that my nose swelled up, my eyes. It was bad. I had to get antibiotics. Did find out this for everyone who wants to know. Amoxicillin is an antibiotic. That's fantastic. Take it. However, the amoxicillin is for infections from your chest down. Anything from the neck up, you're going to want that augmentin. Okay? Go ahead and take those horse pills for 10 days. Make sure you're drinking your water. Make sure you're flushing your shit out. Make sure that you got a little mullein in your system, because
What was that last thing?
mullein.
What is mullein?
Mullein is a like a plant that can be grown over the summer. Well, duh, that's plants. But basically, long story short, you can grow it.
Not a winter plant.
It's like a weed almost, and then you can dry it out and make tea out of it, and it helps. It's an anti-inflammatory, and it also helps to reduce or help like bring up mucus and like help clear your chest out. That and garlic cloves have saved my life. Saved my life.
I'm sorry, viewers. I'm a little distracted because there is a cat that is so pressed to get through this door over here. And
Always
it's
cats.
like, you could go around.
Yeah, he knows.
And he just won't. He's
No.
like, I want to go through this door.
I believe Basil is going through a thing where he's looking at another cat on the other side of the door, because this is a multi-cat house, because
right.
somehow that happened in my
Yeah.
life and I became that person with all the cats.
One house, many cats.
Indeed. One band. One meow. My mental health.
Yes.
Back to that.
Back to that.
We've just been, right? Okay, look at us. We still have an hour. We're great.
Yeah, we're great.
So, I've physically been going through a lot. Mentally feeling oddly calm. I've been feeling quiet. I haven't really wanted to like talk a whole lot. I've been reflecting and just evaluating.
An underrated thing for people to do.
Wow,
many people do not evaluate.
I think doing it every day helps me help things not feel so overwhelming, and also allows me to move a lot more gently and be aligned with what my body is telling me.
That's that Cat Moon helping out your your Cancer son.
It is literally like, hey bitch, you're about to be 37 and you're cute and nobody like can tell you're about to be 37.
That's a fact.
But you know who can? Your GI tract.
Ooh.
Your sleep patterns. Your knees.
I went curling yesterday for a workouting, and my quads.
Okay. The body.
No, but don't step on
Basil.
the Basil. Get
Oh my
off the
God,
computer.
Get off of the computer. Wait, is it still recording?
I think
Yes,
so.
it is. Okay, Basil.
Ooh, Basil, you little
Wait,
turd.
you know what? Time out. Basil.
Time out, Basil.
I'm not sure, but you are going outside. I love you so much. You're so ridiculous. I know. Oh no! Leave mommy alone. Mommy is free to eat food. Right. Okay. So that's the other thing that's happening.
Sweet Basil.
There is a 4th cat that lives here now. She dwells in the
There's a
basement.
4th cat?
Mombi. Have you heard of the tale of Mombi?
Wait.
Mombi.
You told me about Mombi.
Mombi is now living in the basement.
You adopted Mombi?
She adopted us.
Well, that is how cats work.
I feel like she literally looked inside the house, saw what was going
She said,
on.
those cats look like they have it going on.
She said, you know what I'm tired of being? Ran through. Do you know how many kittens I've had? Do you know how much fucking I've been doing on this block? I'm ready for a little bit of quiet meow me time. And I feel that because Mombi
ran train through this neighborhood.
Mombi and I when I look into Mombi's one eye, I see so much of myself. And like Mombi deadass has been helping my mental health so much and helping me move gently.
I love that.
And like reminding me that like, yeah, you can be afraid. There's anxiety in like comfort because you don't know. You have not lived a life that has these luxuries. So you're just like, what the fuck? She's just like reminding me, you know, like she's a fighter. She's an eater. And she wants to be left the fuck alone right now. And I really...
What an iconic way to live.
That.
I will fight you. I will eat. And I will be left the fuck alone.
I love that. I'm really living for like this physical representation. And I feel like as I moved into that feeling, Mombi like came. Like Mombi like literally showed up. Like
she knew.
On the back porch. And she would not leave. So then... The fact that like this feral cat is like, yeah, I'll come inside. Yeah, I'll eat food. Like, and that actually happened during the power outage. So she was like really holding me down.
She said, oh, it's the same temperature in here that it is out there.
She said, bitch, it's actually warmer in here than outside and I'm not getting fucked. Count me in. What do I have to do? Sign me up. I'm in this bitch.
Yep.
And I like that. I like that. Also mental health. I feel like people stay trying me. Life stays trying me. And I need you to know you hoes won't win. Okay? One thing I am.
In the words of the prophetess Beyonce.
Say it.
These motherfuckers ain't stopping me.
Period. She said, I didn't want this power. And I didn't. But I have it. And these y'all.
You.
Motherfuckers ain't stopping me. Period. So I'm feeling relentless. I'm feeling like good. I'm excited about spring coming. I'm also excited about moving presently in the season that exists. This is my first like clear, present-bodied like winter. And it's been a different experience.
Yeah. You look amazing.
Thank you. I've been taking care of me. I've been really trying to take care of me. And even like when I try to like push myself, my body's like, no. So I have to like listen to that and honor that. And doing that has been like reflected back at me. And
someday I'll start to listen to my body.
You got to.
He's steady, like telling me not to do things. And I'm like,
but you have to. You know, it's so LOL until it's not. Is what I've learned. Like the reality is, if you don't activate it sooner rather than later, your body's going to activate it for you.
That's
and
true.
It's literally all fun and
true.
games until you have a catheter in your pee-pee hole.
Oh no, and I don't want I don't want anything in my pee-pee hole.
Some people like that. It's called sounding. Did you know that?
You want to know why I know that? There is a television program called The Boys. I think that's what it's called. And there is one character who is similar in some ways to Ant-Man from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And this character shook himself up ant-sized in a bag of cocaine and then went in his partner's pee-pee hole ant-sized.
First of all, that's gay. And that's the first place he went?
Gay.
That's the first. I'm so sorry. Time out.
I don't know if that's the first place he went. I walked in and my partner was watching this show.
But the fact that you even want to go there, like you're on like Mrs. Frizzle's Magic School Bus, and you're like, let me go into my like roommate's dick hole.
Here's the thing. Well, I think they were together.
Oh, okay.
Sexually.
Okay, all right, yes.
So they were like having a sexual encounter, and he went in his partner's pee-pee hole. And then he sneezed and went full size and split the man in half. I wasn't ready for it. And that's how I found out what sounding is.
But that's not sounding.
Well,
I mean, yes,
it's a tuning fork or something.
But yeah, you drop like there's different sizes. It's like rods.
Yeah.
But what is that? But how to split? Okay. You know what?
We don't need to go into it.
Well, I want to know how sounding was referenced. Was it like a joke? Like, did his dick like, did he die?
Yeah, the man died.
Right.
Because his boyfriend went from Ant-Man size in his pee-pee hole to being full-size man and split his whole body in half. And he was like inside of it being like, does this feel good?
Oh, so he wanted him to shrink him.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
It was a consensual, I'm shrinking myself to ant size and going in your pee-pee hole. Why are we on this topic?
Honey, I shrunk the dick hole. Like, honey,
All of this spurred from me saying that I'm not taking care of my body and us saying I don't want anything in my pee-pee hole and then derailed.
Honey, I shrunk my dick hole.
Honey, I shrunk my pee-pee hole.
I shrunk myself to go in your pee-pee hole. Oh, man. Lots of laughing. Mental health has been a lot of that lately, too. I'm really trying to make that happen. So
I love to laugh.
Thank you for that. I kind of want to watch it. Moving into the next segment, because, wow, that's not what I thought you were going to say. That's not what I thought you were going to say at all. Who's writing this? Let's move on to one of the most popular segments.
Yes.
I would say, for the show. It is called Dumb Bitch Juice. If you don't know it, now you know. It is a moment, an encapsulation in time where we take this opportunity to drag something for filth, person, place, thing. It doesn't have to be specific to something attached to a group or a person. It's just wide open, you know? And I think it's important for anger, talking about anger.
Yeah.
We need there are really cool ways to carefully and thoughtfully release that anger and share it with others. A vent, if you will. I'll start. In connection to people trying me, here's what I'm really coming to realization about, for me, about myself. If you're not tall enough to ride the ride, you will fall off. I'll let you on the ride. If you're a bit, like king of the cat, I'll let you on if you think you can hang on. But you will inevitably fall off. And as we move Saturn into Pisces, which is also
Didn't
in
it
my
happen today?
literal first house. And the full moon was in Virgo. So now's not a time to play with anyone that is moving in authenticity and genuineness because it will be revealed. Everything is being revealed, from the infrastructure being literally 2 pieces of bubble gum held together to like child sex trafficking. If it was gum, it's that zebra stripe gum from like it's not even real gum.
That zebra stripe gum.
It disintegrated.
That's why I have trust issues.
It disintegrated into your mouth.
Yeah.
It was like, cool, tattoo, and then it just like broke down.
I thought it was the coolest. It had the best marketing, worst product.
It was truly. Okay, so anyway, like, everything's being revealed. So you're really going to have to get your shit together.
Yep.
And for the people who are saying that they're doing the work, I can smell it. If you're not doing the work, we can all tell now.
If all you're reading is Robin DiAngelo, you're not doing the work.
If you're not really, like, listening and then, like, actively engaging on, like, how Black femmes are, like, telling you to operate or be better. And what's so funny is at the end of the day, if it serves a black femme who you see out here doing it, if it's in service to her / them / us, it's gonna be in service to you too.
That's correct.
That's trickle up economics. You know what I mean? If I'm running my mouth about it and asking questions like, hey, that seems weird, all of you should be too.
Yep.
And it's not even an ego thing. I think what people get wrapped up in is like, oh, you think you're king of the castle. No, I'm just, aren't you tired of living like this? I'm personally exhausted.
Here's the thing. Anyone who interprets it as I'm king of the castle is actually operating from a space of thinking that they are king of the castle. And because of that, they have no capacity to see outside of their own purview. And they think that everybody else has the same framework for operating in the world. And in fact, no.
No. Shockingly, surprisingly, no. I know.
Interestingly enough, all of the crazy conservatives who think that trans people want to go into bathrooms to peep on children,
or
that's because you want to go into bathrooms and peep on children.
I'm going to take it a step further. You are in bathrooms peeping on children.
Period. And that's why you think that other people are doing it. But in fact, other people are not doing it. They're going to the bathroom, you fucking weirdo.
I think one of the last episodes, I just dragged Jorge Santos straight to hell because I was just like, straight to hell. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I think it was Jon Stewart did like a interview with some conservative.
I've kind of been loving Jon Stewart lately.
Really killing it.
Truly.
I have always had a soft spot in my heart for angry white men for the cause. It is extremely problematic. I never said that I was not a problematic being, okay? I thought having a half-white baby was going to cure racism. True facts. But when we look at what Jon Stewart does is basically in this interview, this man was like, drag shows, drag shows, drag shows. And Jon Stewart was like, aren't you infringing on a person's freedom of speech, on everybody else's freedom of speech who like consensually enters these?
Yeah, but freedom of speech isn't one of the rights that says don't infringe.
But we have a job to protect American children. Jon Stewart, I think, was like,
he said, protect them from what?
From what? Right? And what is the number one killer of American children in the United? Like, what kills?
Listeners, it's guns.
It's guns. It's
not
more
cancer.
than anything. More than cancer, leukemia, more than more than anything. Guns.
You know what? Instead, this fucking
this nigga's like
bubblegum ass government
literally is like drag shows. Here's the thing: if you want to go home, if you go home and you put on a pair of red bottoms and you dance to Kodak fucking Yellow, I don't give a fuck. That's on you. But to take it to a place where you're projecting this stuff onto trying to control other people and what other people are doing, other people's bodies, other people's lifestyles, that's not the work. And we're paying these people, which makes me
exorbitant amounts of money.
Mad, makes me extra want to rob.
Yeah.
And everything's being revealed, guys. Like, I mean, this is like this. Look, I'm gonna say this too.
Maybe we are in the apocalypse.
I don't think it's an apocalypse. I think it is.
I mean, apocalypse just means revealed.
It does. We had this conversation before.
We did.
We had this exact conversation before. Yes. There is this revealing. There is this like this. It's not even an awakening. It is like. Because an awakening is, to me, like, I'm seeing this with fresh eyes, almost. Yeah. This shit has been like this, y'all.
Yeah, I would say it's not awakening because people have been people are you're alive, so shut the fuck up. You can see. It's more that it's more that like there is maybe it's like a hearing aid that got turned on.
Yeah, it's like it is a revealing. It's
you
like
weren't able to hear this before. Maybe you got a new set of glasses.
Yeah,
as
my
someone
God.
with glasses,
yes, it changes
if
everything.
you take my glasses off, I
Blind.
can't see shit.
Can't see. Not blind, but truly cannot
Truly
see.
terrible
I'm in
eyes
contacts right now.
here.
Yeah, same.
So when I get a new pair of glasses, and sometimes even when you get a new pair of glasses, because that's the real scam of having eyes, is that they just keep getting worse. So every time I get new glasses and my prescription changes a little bit, my eyes have to adjust.
Every time I take my contacts out and put my glasses on, my eyes have to adjust.
Because they're different
every
prescriptions?
Time. Yeah, that's every time.
Yeah.
And I think that when I think of this America is cursed. Sorry. Hey. I'm reading a book called The Fourth Turning, which I think you will find fascinating. But essentially, what this book says in so many words is roosters are going to come home to roost. And that's just that, okay? When you build things on lies, manipulation, exploitation, flat out oppression, whole eugenics, when you try to like homogenize an entire demographic of individuals, when you become a superpower within the first 100 years, 200 years of your inception, that's going to have some long-term effects that rise out of the ground like the tombs did during Hurricane Katrina. You ever just have a body come up out of the ground because it floods? That's what this feels like. I think what people don't recognize is people point to politics, right? And they're like, this is the problem. Are you seeing? Okay, so first, number one, politicians are supposed to be public servants, which means they're a reflection of you. So,
I mean,
if you see a politician, or if you experience a politician, or if in general you have disdain towards politicians, that means that there's things that they do, right? Okay. Are you with me? You're following?
Yes,
There's
I am.
things that they do that perhaps you should evaluate. Oh, no, it's okay. Perfect. Just got to plug it back in this little bop. Oh, shit. Wait, teamwork. We got it. We got it.
There.
Yes.
Whew.
Okay, wait. And I'm going to reset it, boom, because we have to. Listen, Derek is a big person, okay?
Facts.
You're just a big human being, and it's not your fault, all right? Aren't you like the biggest person in your family?
Here, baby.
Hey, Rihanna at the Super Bowl. Okay, I know it was
everything.
She's pregnant again, and I told you niggas that she was, okay? I told
Here's
you
the thing,
first time
even
she was
if
pregnant.
she wasn't pregnant, fuck everyone who, like, I'm sorry, you didn't get out in front of how many thousands of people?
Millions.
And, like,
it's an international, billions of people. You floated on stage. You play banger after banger. Everybody knew every word. Thank you, Rihanna.
Such a
you
crowd
did your
pleaser.
Job.
You did your
you
fucking
literally
job.
sold your Fenty. You showed us your baby. You did the moves. You did the androgyny thing. The girls were pleased. Thanks. You did a good job.
Yeah.
But
sorry, not doing the work.
yes, if you have politicians and you see that they're moving in a way, you have to take some time to reflect and evaluate why you don't like how they're moving, and then perhaps use it to, like, I don't know, look at your own life and see the ways that maybe you live in, and maybe
take
perhaps
a page out of Mulan's book and say, who is that girl I see staring straight back at me?
When will my reflection show who I am inside?
Yeah.
Also, from Mulan, let's get down to business to defeat
The Republicans.
Really, for me,
Honestly,
it's
it's
all
everyone.
politicians.
Yeah, I was going to say.
This entire government.
It's easy to say Republicans.
It's
but
not Democrats,
also,
too. They're all...
The Democrats, the thing that irritates the shit out of me with them right now is like...
Everything?
Bitch, fucking fight. Like...
No. They don't do that.
I know they don't.
See, they're not.
lay down
They're
and
they're like, we turn the other cheek and go low and high, and
Right.
you know they're not really
I love
about
Michelle.
that. Sure.
Please don't get me wrong.
I would chop her head off though. And Obama would go too.
I know we did talk about warmongering Obama the last time.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, but she's got to go. In my world, I love
there's
the book. Was
space
great.
for Michelle for me.
That's great. There's space for Michelle, for me. Happy International Women's Month. I would chop your head off given the opportunity if we had to dispose of those that I know there is a paper trail of oppression directly linked to white supremacy. So you got to go. Or you can change. And then we write a book about that.
Yeah.
Options, you know? But just do don't just say you're doing the work, man. You got to listen. You got to involve yourself. You got to engage. You got to be quiet. I want people to stop, like, there's so many things I want people to stop doing. But the most important thing I want people to stop doing is trying me.
I think it was Kenya Moore who said, "Do not come for me. I did not send for you."
For you. That's exactly.
I never quote Kenya Moore. If you know
better, though.
me,
Listen, I know.
If you know me and my feelings about the Real Housewives programs,
Yes.
Kenya is one of my least favorite.
But let's remember, Candiace was one of your least favorites.
That's true. I don't think.
Why can we
I don't think that we're gonna have a Kenya redemption arc.
No. How about, can we have a Kenya appreciation? She is from Detroit.
That's true.
She is actually like. She
did have one of the most sad moments, I think, on reality television.
The domestic abuse, getting her house fucking crashed up.
Did you see the episode when she came to Detroit and like tried to go to her mom's door?
Yes.
That actually broke my heart.
Yeah, it did. Oddly, Ashley Darby going to see her father and having him slam the door in her face did not break my heart. It made me laugh.
No. Agreed. So fuck you, Ashley Darby. You don't inspire any positive emotions in me.
You are an idiot. Okay, so wait, do you have any dumb bitch juice?
My dumb bitch juice is pretty much in line with my last dumb bitch juice, which was
Hillsong Church.
Well, not. This is actually a different guy.
Hillsong Church, though. What the
Pastor
fuck?
Mark Driscoll, fuck off. Fuck off. You can go straight to hell.
From whence you came.
Yes.
From the
Here's the
oozing
thing.
decrepit.
Here is the thing. I thought we got rid of you.
No.
He had
You
a
can
giant
never-
No, he had a giant mega church in Seattle.
Listen.
And then he used tithing money
Of course he did.
to pay to get his book on the bestseller list.
Of
And
course he did.
everyone was like, look at this, clear. So he lost that church. He was removed from the pastorate and crawled into a hole for like probably about 6 years.
Yeah.
And then this past year re-emerged from said hole
And
is now in Arizona
got people.
because classic Arizona.
Hey, you know, they'll let anybody in.
They will. And then now he's out here. He like literally posted about, quote, declaring war on the LGBT agenda.
Okay.
So fuck off, Mark.
I think what's really LOL is that no one ever really gets canceled until they die. That's number one.
Yeah.
There is no cancellation until it is like defined by society or a group that this person is not allowed to do these things. But
we keep giving
Joe
them.
Rogan still has a platform.
Louis C.K. still has. Louis C.K. just did a fucking national tour.
It's true.
Like, there is no cancel culture. Anyone who says that there's cancel culture is trying to play the victim when, in fact, they are the oppressor, and they can fuck all the way off. But Mark Driscoll specifically right now...
Yeah, fuck you. I don't know you.
You are drunk on dumb bitch juice.
You've been drunk on this. This is a full year later. We're doing this podcast like a full year later.
A full
and it's
year.
still fuck you.
Well, he wasn't on my list last time because he hadn't re-emerged yet.
Okay, he was still in his
That
hole.
was Sean Foyt, which Sean
Yeah.
Foyt stays.
He stays in a hole.
I literally had to block these people on Twitter because I didn't want to see anything that
You have to
and
for
now,
your energy. It's low vibrational
well,
to
but
keep them.
Here's the thing. I'm so toxic with myself.
Yes.
That like people that I follow were interacting with the dumb shit that they were saying, and I was like, but I want to see it. So I like, because Twitter lets you say like it tells you it's like this is from someone that you blocked.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, but I want to see it.
Your toxic trait is being like, I'm cleaning out my life. High vibrational energy only.
Yes, and
but
then
also, let me
hold
see
on,
it.
let me get in the gutter real quick.
Speaking of getting in the gutter,
I am a.
you're a gutter queen. You're wait, what is it? A gutter.
A gutter snipe.
A gutter.
A
wait,
bitch. No, wait, hold on.
Wait, let's get into it.
Hold on, I gotta find
Let's
it.
get into it. A trifling ass gutter bitch.
A gutter snipe bitch ass.
A gutter snipe bitch ass.
Candice, God bless you.
We're moving into our topic. Oh my God, we're moving into our topic of the day. Real Housewives of Potomac. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler
Yeah,
alert!
if you have not caught up,
Oh my God! Oh.
don't listen to us right now.
So I just want to gloat in the moment that Candice has been has reached a redemption arc
Fully.
for
a full
you,
redemption.
and I'm gonna gloat because I enjoy doing that on occasion. As a Cancer sun, let me say it feels good. Hey, 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 it feels good. Don't you know? Oh, it feels good. Cancers are so misunderstood.
I
coming out the
downloaded
gate.
Candice's
You better,
album.
because it bangs. That song with Trina.
I'm not
Okay. What is
messing
it?
with no bitch.
Okay, Candice.
That song is actually iconic. The chorus is like, if you got a problem, don't see me about it.
Yes. Back, leave me alone.
I know the problem. The problem is you. It's like iconic. Iconic behavior.
Can we just please? Oh wait! Oh my God! Speaking of iconic behavior, before that, black-owned businesses. Everybody, look at what we made. Okay, Lou, zoom in on the cup. Zoom in on the cup. Look at it. Bam! We got cups. We got masks. Support me.
That's true.
Okay, support me.
Support Asia.
Okay, we're going to have these items available on the Patreon. We're tiering things out. I'm also planning on doing like side episodes with like special guests on the Patreon.
Ooh.
Maybe we could do like this old house, the American version or whatever. Like we could, you know what I mean? And then like for the different,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that.
I love it.
But yeah, support me. Also, big shout out to General Baker Institute for letting us come and print this shit for free. We'll be screen printing shirts there for free. GBI is a black femme owned and operated community space. All are welcome. There's free food, free resources, including health resources. If you need to take a shower, go and fucking take a shower there. No
That's
one's gonna kick you
amazing.
out.
Where is this?
It's off of Livernois and like right before the lodge.
Wow.
On the east side.
That is fucking iconic.
It's a massive positive like influence, massively positive
Is
in
that
the community.
where was that where What Up Doe Fest was?
I don't think so.
Did they have an event over
Maybe. I'm not sure, but I'll look it up. I don't know, but the Carolyn Baker, we love you. General Baker Institute was named after her father, General Baker, who was rest in peace, a founding member of quite a few politically active black-led groups. Specifically the ones that led the strikes for the automotive industry in the 80s and 90s. So shout out to them. There's a building. Check it out. I'll put it in the show notes. Moving back on to Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yes.
Candice is a queen.
Truly.
Leave her alone.
The Green-Eyed Bandits got put in their place.
Okay, but they didn't. Let's talk about it. So here's the thing.
Tell me.
Here's the thing, America. For those of you that are not caught up, catch up. It's really important.
Catch the fuck up.
I'm ready. It is beyond time to have, on a national level, a discussion about colorism.
Mm-hmm.
But forehead, pockmark, and cheating husband should not be the ones in any way leading.
Who is Pockmark?
Mia. Leading or facilitating.
Mia shouldn't be leading or facilitating nothing.
Mia should be leading and facilitating, closing her mouth.
The way that they laughed in her face about all her businesses is drying up. Listen, when she was trying to say like, "Oh, this is how businesses run," and everyone else who are also businesswomen were like, "No."
This is what you get. You get cursed. First of all, you fucked around with Wendy. You threw a drink on a dark-skinned black woman.
Not acceptable.
For a man who, last time I checked, you weren't married to.
Also, that moment, Mia, you were so in the wrong of like, well, you didn't tell Peter you were coming to Miami. Bitch,
Wendy, listen,
I took a trip down the road and I didn't tell you shit. Like, shut the fuck up. Why do I gotta tell anybody anything?
Wendy is a Nigerian queen. Do you understand? Like, actual doctor, has the PhD, has all the degrees, is doing the political commentary on the television, is the very definition of class and grace. She's raising those children.
Although I did feel bad that at the end of that episode, there was a disclaimer that said Johns Hopkins University does not endorse what Wendy said. And I was like, ooh, Wendy, don't get in trouble and lose your job, girl.
I wonder, though, if it's like, because was it like they didn't endorse it or like she didn't work there? Because here's the thing, like a bitch that worked there could get on national television and get a drink thrown in her face and goes, "There's a CEO! There's a CEO!"
Yeah.
And talk about being a doctor and have worked there. And John Hopkins is like, "Yeah, you worked here, girl. You did some things here in our name, but we don't." And
I think she's still there.
We don't back up.
I'll look it up later.
We don't back up. Like John, like this is not representative of what we at John Hopkins believe. I said John Hopkins.
I'm changing it officially. It is now John Hopkins.
But throwing drinks in people's faces.
Yeah,
Robin, you are okay. Let's talk about the Robin to Ashley Darby connection.
Hold on.
And
before we go there,
okay.
There's another podcast that I was telling you about earlier called Las Culturistas.
Yes.
One of the hosts of it, his name is Matt Rogers. He was actually on Watch What Happens Live with Candice. And Andy had him do the segment from his show called I Don't Think So, Honey. And he did I Don't Think So, Honey, Robin Dixon's Field Day. And everyone has to go find this clip because it is so good. But he says, he's like, we looked up how much it would be to have a bouncy house there. It's $200. Did you not have $200, Robin Dixon? And it is so iconic.
She had the bitches like hopping in bags and shit. Like it was really
like, the weirdest. Like there were no chafing dishes. There was just meat in aluminum foil for everybody to eat.
Robin,
barely 2 folding tables.
Robin is the definition of redirection, of trickery and sorcery, of throwing shit and hiding their own hands. Listen, I don't care. Listen, hey, light skins, listen up. This is for you. nobody in this household here cares about you being light skinned. It doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. If anything, for me, it means that this is going to be annoying because I'm going to have to break through your light skinnedness in order to actually get to the essence of the black femme in you. Your light skinnedness will not save you. Your silence won't protect you. Having little biracial gremlins. Ashley Darby's babies. What did I say to you? I said that her babies look like...
What was it, Smeagol?
Smeagol and fucking the other one. The
Dobby?
Dobby, yes, literally. I thought my biracial baby was gonna cure racism.
Well,
Ashley Darby having a baby,
I think Ashley Darby's biracial babies have made racism worse.
Oh, 100%. I think allowing a South African
was it you that was telling me that he owns a lot of property in Africa?
South Africa, because that's where he's from.
Right. Gross.
Right next to Elon Musk, which is why he behaves how he does. Michael Darby is a disgusting human being. I can't believe you let that man nut in you. And even more so, you let him do it twice. And even beyond that, you got nothing. You walked away from that with nothing. You were a dumb hoe when you were talking about buying a house with this nigga during a divorce.
Also,
That's
Ashley,
wild.
I don't think you know what an LLC means.
She doesn't. I know she doesn't.
We're going to get a house and we're putting it in the LLC.
What? What does that mean? Michael's Little Liars
Club.
Y'all, it was Green-Eyed Bandits. Giselle, honey, get a life. Were you the one who wrote the letter? Get a life, girl. Get a life. Get a better stylist. This season,
Okay. Yes.
This season, there were moments where I was like, this could have worked, but Giselle's always either a half step too much or a half step too little.
Yeah.
There's never any in between.
She's never really hitting the mark.
It's never wrapped all the way around for me. Yeah. And I think that she's angry because Giselle is one of those light skins that I was talking about that thinks that just because she's light skinned with green eyes, she can literally look like she shops at Kohl's and calls it glamour. And it's not.
She's a Maxinista.
It's not. It's giving, I'm here for the cold shoulder with the like paisley design with like the thing, and like that's my thing. Like your kids are outpacing you. Everyone's outpacing you. My favorite Candiace line from the reunion was your shriveled, dried up uterus. She dragged.
She really
Giselle.
did.
And here's why.
You know what I wish?
She deserved it.
I need Candiace. Candiace, if you're listening, I hope you're listening.
First of all, Candiace, Derek is sorry for
That's
ever
true.
shitting on
I would
you.
like to. I'm looking directly in camera. Candiace, I'm sorry. I've been a bad friend. And
you learned.
And I learned.
You learned.
I learned. And I grew.
And you adore.
I love you.
So do I, Candiace. I've loved her from the beginning.
Please, two things. One, I need you to get your not today, Satan, not today neck, not today ankles. You have shirts that say that on your website, and they're sold out.
Let's get them back up.
Let's
run them back up.
But also, can you please add a 3X? The big boys love you just as much as the skinny bitches do.
Oh my God, I will tag her, and we will talk about that. I love that. Honey, we're all here for your lines.
We really are.
Your lines.
Your one-liners.
You're on it this season. And you know why, bitch? Let me tell you why. Because they came for your husband.
Yes,
Chris,
they did. Leave Chris alone. The way And
Listen to me.
I apologize to anyone who's wearing headphones for the way I screamed into this microphone just now.
Do not fucking talk about Christopher.
No.
You do not say it. That man
has cooked you
Listen,
meals. That man
had invited you into his home.
Into
his businesses. This nigga lost businesses off and clientele and had all these crazy Do you know what your deflection did to his family?
The moment that Candiace snapped for me this season was the dance studio. Was the dance studio when Giselle was trying it and Candiace stood up and said, "So that's what we're doing this season?" And then she said, "I need to speak to the producer," and walked to the producer. And it was one of those rare moments where we got to see behind the scenes tea. And
Candiace said, "I'm not playing with you fucking hoes."
And she said,
"Off limits.
If you need a husband to drag, Michael Darby is the one. But leave my husband out of it."
Juan is a close second.
Juan
actually is number
one.
Has bumped up to number one since Darby's out of the
because Michael Darby got his children and he got out.
You know what I'm saying?
But Juan,
nigga, did you hear about the case against Juan?
Yes,
bro. So
Juan,
can I give you my theory?
Yeah, please do.
I believe. And I believe this with my whole heart and pussy. Every labia, every last one. Okay?
Every single one.
I believe that Robin Dixon knew that this trouble was brewing. Because it is known that Robin Dixon knew that Juan was hooking up with other bitch on the other side.
Robin.
So, Robin, if you knew that...
And then tried to hide it behind a fucking paywall.
If you knew that... And girl, if you have to use a paywall to get people,
worst way.
Bitch, if your tea is scalding, if you were really popping like that, you wouldn't have to put it behind a paywall. You would actually put it on the network that is internationally shown and then guide people to your podcast. But because you're a fucking idiot.
Truly.
Who, instead of looking at your ugly kids and your ugly, I think gay, something's going on there. Your husband's definitely not just
he was very close to Michael Darby.
They were talking about going on vacation. I
think Michael Darby probably tossed his salad once or twice.
I feel like I feel like a ball or two got swallowed. I feel like after one or two shots of Casamigos.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Michael Darby had the drug hookup too because he's still popping pills. And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I believe Michael Darby actually said that, cheersing what
he did.
What happened?
He said after he said, "Oh, we're gonna go have your bachelor party and it will be just us."
Disgusting.
Michael Darby, that is
you're gross.
Sus to the max.
You're gross. Juan, my theory is that Robin knew, and instead of
that's probably why Juan got so mad.
This is what I'm saying, because Robin knew. And Juan also knew the strategy that Robin... Here's the thing. Juan is fucking dumb. This is why he's a basketball coach. You don't really need a lot of, brains to be a basketball coach. And I know that that's a very disrespectful thing to say.
Bit.
And no disrespect to the basketball coaches out there that actually, strategize or whatever. But, Juan, you got in because you played for the team.
I don't think Juan's a head coach. I think he's an assistant, so...
I think he's the head coach. And
is?
He's the head coach.
They let him be the head coach?
And his assistant coach was the one.
He's at a D4 school.
Exactly.
You ain't that good a coach, Juan.
And your suits are too tight. Loosen them up, bro.
I don't know.
But Juan,
a little
for
booty.
A person that's whatever. I like tight suits.
Not me objectifying Juan.
That's all he's good for.
That's true. He is good to look at.
Because he's a big blockhead nigga, all right? And these people, he needs Robin. Because Robin is the strategist. Robin is the brains, and Robin,
which is a scary thing to think about because Robin being the brains of an operation.
a household, a family, a business. Remember when she tried to sell those silk hats? Remember that operation? You failed. You failed at that.
The hats.
It didn't work. It did not work, Robin Dixon. You're a bad planner and a bad designer, and you should be embarrassed.
Oh.
I'm embarrassed for you. I'm grossed out by the fact that I know that you fucking knew. And to attack a dark-skinned woman literally minding her business and like being fucking cute and like eating and like getting her bag and just like out here being honest, to attack that and try to destroy.
And what was the dramatics with the speaker? Like, why, when you saw Candace's Instagram live and you brought out that fucking Bose.
Listen, it was deflection.
I know, but it was so...
It's tired.
It was so tired.
Instead of being light-skinned...
You need a nap.
You need to have... Robin Dixon is another one that, unprovoked, no questions asked, on site, I would at least pop her lips. You ever just want to like flick somebody in the lips real hard, one real good time?
I have never wanted to do that.
I would just flick her in the lips and she'd be, and I'd be like, you know why, bitch? You know why? On behalf of all cancer sons,
aware.
On behalf of all dark-skinned femmes, you fucking know why.
Yep.
And you should be embarrassed because not only have you been splayed open for all of America to see how gross all this shit is, but your kids are gonna have to grow up and look back on this. Those ugly 7-headed children are literally growing up in the midst of like
they've had a life.
All sorts of crazy. I can't even imagine. And then I have to go back to like on the inverse, I have to go back to Monique and look at like, all right, Monique snapped and Monique went nuts. But you know what? If I was microaggressed for fucking 6 months,
yeah,
I'd chase a bitch around the barn too.
Yeah, I feel like with that situation with Monique and Candace, it really was...
I feel like it was like these yippy dogs positioning two dark-skinned femmes against each other.
And they saw
because
Candace as a person to do the thing that they wanted to do.
They saw Candace as they use misogynoir. Black people use it too. All the time. This is what colorism is rooted in. It's rooted in misogynoir. Instead of looking at your own fucking life, you deflect it onto the nearest, most vulnerable person. And Sweet Candace just came in here like, hey, I'm honest. Yeah, my mama, I'm doing these things. Candace has big emotions. Like, young, you know what I'm saying?
I still think that her, she didn't use the napkin as much this.
No, she didn't. You know why? Because she had one-liners.
That's true.
You know why? You know
what
happens?
She traded her napkin for one-liners. And it was the best trade.
Won't a cancer do it? Because let me tell you something. Once you crack open, like the soft shell crab in us is soft shell for only so long.
Yeah.
Okay. If you can't catch a soft shell crab,
and bitch got claws this season,
and looks.
Truly. Okay. Also, working with Trina.
They were jealous. The Green Eye Bandits were jealous. You're jealous of Candace. You're jealous of Wendy. You're jealous of their marriages, which is wild because aren't we as black women and black femmes supposed to be geeked about black femmes having like equitable relationships?
You know,
where they're treated well?
Let's talk about how the sweet Happy Eddie did not deserve to get the nickname Happy Eddie.
I think Happy Eddie, if I can just say this, and I'm going to say this on the show, Happy Eddie sounds menstrually to me, and I do not like it.
Agreed.
I do not like it. I don't like it.
Sesame Street really tried it.
I don't like it.
Sesame Street said, "Oh, Eddie was flirting with me." And then everyone was like, "Oh, what did he do?" He smiled at me.
He smiled at me.
Bitch, you that thirsty?
Sweetie.
Someone get Sesame Street a drink.
Pluck your eyebrows. Mind your business. Go get those things threaded, shredded, waxed. No text. I'll pay for it for you. I'm exhausted. Leave Candiace alone. Leave black women that are like working on their happiness.
And you know that's why she's Ashley Darby's friend.
Two Muppet looking bitches. Because listen, Ashley's look this season.
Take a sip.
Let's talk about the bang. There was a
not the bang.
Do you remember the blue silk blazer moment with the titties out, and then the bang was like?
Yes, I do.
It was right, and then the part started here, and it was giving.
I would say it wasn't giving.
It was giving. I'm not giving. Her weave was like hit or miss in the same way that like Giselle's wig was always either too far up or too far back.
I still think one of the most iconic moments in all of Real Housewives of Potomac history is when the Grand Dame.
Yes.
When her
the
wig twist.
I loved that.
It was everything, and it continues to be everything, and will be everything forever.
You. Yeah, my favorite Grand Dame moment, and this is horrible, is when Ray shuts the door on her, and they edit.
No.
Eric.
How much time do we have left?
We have 15 minutes. Okay, so you know exactly why I love this moment. You can see it just played in your head. I know it did. The only reason this is funny, it's not funny that Karen got a door slammed in her face, but it's funny that whoever was doing the fucking editing chose to like take the time to edit in like 4 different angles of her getting the door slammed in her face.
I would like to go on record as saying
insane.
The editors of the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Round of applause.
You all need.
You deserve an Emmy.
You deserve every award that can ever be given to you. Because when you had these bitches in Mexico and you were editing like you were editing Survivor, showing me snakes, showing me iguanas, showing me what are the little caves with water in them?
Water. I don't know.
They went swimming in.
Oh, like a oh my god.
Cenote.
Yes.
I almost said elote, and then I was like, that's street corn.
I was like,
I would love to eat some elote, but I would not want to swim in it.
Yeah, no.
Cenote.
That sounds messy. Yes. Yeah.
And Ashley was like, there's healing properties in the cenote. And it's
I just loved all
didn't
the
work
shade.
to heal your marriage.
I loved all the shade. I loved how they did like a TMZ, but it was like the Robin Dixon, whatever. That was amazing.
My God. Literally, the editors deserve
everything. You deserve all the flowers. You bring the show.
Brava. Bravissimo.
Really, y'all are the MVPs.
Yes.
You get better season after season.
Yeah,
and it's
that is a fact.
There's so many quotables.
Andy Cohen, pay them more, please.
Please, because I'm ready. Though the Ultimate Girls Trip is coming up, which wow, Ultimate Girls Trip. Let's talk about it real quick.
Not wait.
Ultimate Girls Trip.
Because one, I lived in Southeast Asia.
Yes.
So the girls are going to my neck of the woods.
Okay, honey.
We're going to Thailand.
Listen.
Sawadee Kap. And they are
it's just about to bang.
A fucking fool.
Of course they are.
I cannot wait for their translator because it showed this in the preview. Their translator saying, you say this one way and then you say the next day the other way. That's called being fake. And I'm like, well, so glad we got a fucking voice of reason after how many fucking years of this? It's up to Pepsi, the translator, because that's what Giselle calls him, and I don't know if that's actually his name or if she's just a psychopath.
Porque no los dos. You know what I mean? Maybe she's like, he was drinking a Pepsi, and I can't. I'm literally so incapable of like trying, even like attempting to respectfully, gently like learn and like. You know, admit my faults and mistakes.
Pepsi, in all honesty.
His name could be Pepsi, but you know what?
He also could have adopted that for working with American tourists.
I was literally about to say, what's to say on the birth certificate? What your mama call you? I bet it's not Pepsi. I bet it's not Pepsi.
Yeah.
But shout out.
Shout out to the girls trip. I think
Yes.
one of them gets sent home, and initially I thought, well, we'll have to see, because the way that they edit these trailers is deceiving. Because Leah, who is the one who I believe gets sent home, what I had heard was that she was throwing elephant shit around when they were at an elephant sanctuary, and the people of Thailand were like, not on our continent, and they sent her packing. So, but then there was also part of the preview where she collapsed in a store, and the translator was like, this isn't TV, this is real life. And so I'm like, wait, so did she like almost die, and that's why they had to send her home? Or
was it?
But Leah is a fucking crazy person from the Real Housewives of New York. And
first of all, yes. Secondly,
I almost bought Leah's book.
Throwing feces is another level.
Yeah, she's that unhinged though.
Yeah, you know, once you snap, it's kind of hard to go back, you know, and like when you just have like
Pringles,
all the privileges like that, just you're allowed to behave like this. But I'm curious to know why she got sent packing as well.
I'm like,
we'll be tuned in.
This is how I wait for this, just hands in prayer mode. Especially after in the trailer, there's a moment where it's Candiace next to Portia.
Mm-hmm. Oh my
and they're
God.
offering
oh my God incense.
And Candiace says, I pray that I'm setting my intention to not lose my edges. And Portia just says, amen.
Portia, one of my favorite Housewives characters, beings of all time. Absolutely, undisputably problematic. But talk about a glow up and a come up, and talk about like Portia will keep a bag. Portia's keeping a job and a bag.
Also,
and I respect
God
that.
God bless.
Say it.
I can never forget the moment
Underground
when
Railroad.
Yes. Where did the train come in?
And wasn't her great, like a descendant?
Her grandfather
like, was in...
marched with Dr. King. Her grandfather marched with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I think he was on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. And this bitch had the audacity.
Portia got on Andy Cohen's network and earnestly,
full earnest,
genuine. Like it was a pure question. It was like a child asking.
It was fully like a fifth grader learning about the Underground Railroad for the first time in their entire life. But instead, it was a grown woman, and she looked around this church and with all sincerity said, so where did the train come in? What?
And let me tell you something.
But she went from that to now being one of my favorite people to ever have been on Housewives.
And I'm sorry, she's never going to live it down. Like, that is something that is, that will live on forever, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
That is...
Oh, my God.
That is, to me,
Derek, I almost threw up when I saw that for the first time.
That is, to me, the same thing as when Lisa Vanderpump did her march on the Chinese embassy. Yes. That was a school or something. Yes. And like, who lets these women do this?
Andy Cohen.
The
paycheck says Andrew Cohen.
Yes.
And again, that fine line between being a saint and a sinner.
A god and a demon.
Yeah. The way that you created this universe. I hate you. The way that universes are created on these networks.
The way that this universe has a full chokehold on me, though.
Listen, okay,
the
so
Bravoverse.
Okay, listen, it's a real thing. And because you have gifted us in this house with Peacock, let me talk about how I'm now very invested in the universes of, 90 Day Fiancé?
Ooh.
Married at First Sight. Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Like Rockefeller Records. Like, we're just going to go.
I am at a weird impasse with my feelings towards the Vanderpump Rules.
I'm actually shocked that show is still happening.
Did you hear the drama that just happened?
No. The last time I watched Vanderpump Rules, there was a spin-off for all the hot, problematic bartenders that worked at the bar that she owned.
That is what Vanderpump Rules is.
Oh, okay. What's the name of the bar?
Sir.
Right. So this
Don't
was...
you step on that computer.
Don't you do it, Kiki. You're so
Kiki.
cute.
Let's have a Kiki.
But she was...
Lisa Vanderpump was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Right, yes.
And then she got her spin-off show, which is about all the hot people who worked at Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant.
Sir.
So these are her rules.
Right. But I was confused upon first watching it because I was like, are these like her rules for life, or is it like the rules of the restaurant?
Rules. Let's just be honest. There are no rules that are ever given in the entirety of the show.
It's true.
But recently there has been drama because two of the people on the show, Tom Sandoval.
Okay.
And
I've heard this name.
Raquel Leviss, I believe is her last name. Mm-hmm. Apparently for the last 6 months have been having a secret relationship when Tom was fully, for the last 9 years, dating another castmate named Ariana Madix. So last week, Ariana found out about this 6-month affair.
I saw this on TikTok.
And was like, bye, Tom. And
also, hey, I'm just going to say this. And look, you can date for as long as you want. You can date and don't get married or whatever.
Yeah.
But what is the point?
They bought a house together.
What is the point of heterosexuality?
There isn't one.
If
Next question.
Oh. I just love it. Okay, so yeah, like 9 years. Here's the thing: if I'm dating a man who has more privileges, more access, more whatever than me, the whole reason that this whole like head marital thing was because like I'm supposed to be like this is a beneficial, like you're gonna suck the life out of me, I'm gonna drain your resources through marriage, right? Like that's like you make sure the money comes in, I'm gonna do that, you're gonna take my youth and my good looks and like my soul. And then,
although she's gorgeous,
of course she is. Yes, no, because you know why?
He has taken nothing.
You know why? Because she didn't get married.
That's true. She also has been very vocal about not really ever wanting kids, and she's like, no, I really don't ever want to have children.
I wonder if he wants to have kids, and that's
probably,
why he's...
but also like, if that's the case, then break up with her and don't have a 6-month secret relationship, you fucking douchewad.
With the person you work with, you're gonna shit where you eat, y'all. Look, and
also Raquel on this season has already been trying it with possibly. There is another couple, another Tom, who just got divorced, from another castmate, Katie.
Oh,
and
2 Toms.
There are 2 Toms, and they actually have a restaurant with Lisa Vanderpump called Tom Tom. We're really, that's the most creative thing they could come up with.
What's the theme? Is it tiki?
Douchebaggery. No, it's not tiki. No, it's like weird steampunk vibe.
What?
I don't know. It's in West Hollywood.
But there's so many people you could fuck. And
either way, Tom Schwartz just got divorced from, and all of these people are supposed to be a group of friends. So like, Tom and Katie got divorced. And right now on the show, Raquel is like, I kind of want to make out with Tom Schwartz. And everyone's like, he literally just got divorced from Katie. Please don't do that. And so she's like, okay, whatever. And then now to find out that for 6 months she has been with Tom Sandoval.
The other Tom
from Tom Tom.
The other Tom.
And like, It's just...
This is messy.
It's very messy.
It's giving messy.
And it's making me just feel like, I don't know that I want to watch these people anymore.
I feel like real life is messy enough. And there are shows that give us the mess that we desire in ways that are like fulfilling and affirming.
Honestly, towards the end of Salt Lake City, I was not feeling it. I was like...
Yeah. The only person that I'm really here to actually kick it with, there are quite a few. Whitney, when I go to Salt Lake, because I'm inevitably...
On her healing journey.
I'm trying to, like, take ayahuasca with this bitch and, like, do, like, fucking...
Do you know how iconic that would be?
Me and, like, the Hard R's does ayahuasca, Salt Lake City. Lou lives, like...
I know.
I'm just saying, when I go, I want to see Whitney. I want to see Dana. And I want to see...
Dana was a real one.
Dana, bitch. First of all, you're sexy. The hair is giving me life. I really deeply appreciate the reality that you are like a raven hair beauty with that streak.
And fuck Jen Shaw for trying to give you dye.
Jen Shaw for actually trying you, bitch, because you told all them other bitches don't try it. We also learned that strong-jawed Heather, because that's what I call strong-jawed.
I think Heather and Whitney are on the girls' trip.
Heather, from what I heard in the streets, blind items, is that Heather and Jen were up late doing cocaine, and Heather fell and busted her eye and was embarrassed about the fact that she was skiing with Jen Shaw before Jen Shaw goes and gets her straight backs at the prison. And that's why when Jen came over... It was like sus, which is why I originally thought Jen punched her in the eye. I was like, oh, Jen went nuts and punched her in the eye. Duh, got it. Okay. But no, actually, bitch, I can see you two topless. I can see you two.
Well, we all saw them topless. That was featured prominently on that episode.
I just feel like something maybe sexual. I feel like some labias got touched, and I feel like a slip and fall accident. It's all fun and games until you have one leg up like Captain Morgan, the other leg down on the ground. You're on the sink in the bathroom, you know, that nigga's a munch, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's that kind of movement going on, and then boom, in the heat of pleasure or in the heat of moving or whatever, it's slippery. Bathrooms are slippery. We know that.
Bathrooms are slippery.
So I just feel like
all that to say, Salt Lake City was not giving what I wanted it to give this last season.
You know what it's giving? It's giving Utah is fucking wild. Y'all are weird. Get it together. I don't know what in the Joseph Smith is going on out there, but you people have too much money and too much land, and there's also so many scams in Utah.
Here's the
thing. It's like the scam capital of the world.
I think Meredith and Seth are actually more in need of money than what they want to let on, because there was a failed program on MTV, which used to stand for music television.
Yes,
and now music is
They don't do that. They stopped doing that in the early 2000s.
They did when TRL died.
Absolutely.
But anyway, there was a program on MTV called The Real Friends of West Hollywood, which was like a gay housewives, and it was...
Okay.
But
yeah, I'm like...
In the final episode, who appears but Meredith and Seth having a meal with this one man, Joey Zauzig, who was on the show, and his fiance, and they were giving marital advice to these two gay men who are planning to get married. And I just thought to myself, wow, was your pocketbook hurting, Meredith? You needed to be on another show? You needed to use... Is reality television your only paycheck right now?
Or is Seth gay and Meredith is a beard?
I mean, he did like the taint play in the bathtub.
Meredith gives me big beard energy. Look at her back.
Honestly,
listen.
I think Meredith probably has topped Seth.
I was going to say, Seth and...
Which,
look,
like, no shame in that.
No. Listen, Pegasus. You know, Pegasus. You know what I mean? Pega me, Pega you. You know? Like, it's... It can be a fun time. No one is saying it. I will say, Meredith's looks this season also varied for me. I am happy that we did something about the back though, like, because there were some outfits that were giving Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's very clear that like your back is like shaped like a question mark, and then like now I feel like my eyes aren't so like distracted, but the intimacy that they share is not giving me, this is like Candice and Chris. It's giving, we've swung, you've hung. Him wearing the baseball caps now all the time too is giving big trade energy. Is it not giving? His whole look is giving big trade energy.
I'm not gonna say it's not.
And perhaps, you know what I mean? Like Brooksy's fashion line is not giving the a fashion show with no fashions. How tragic.
I literally just quoted that the other day. By, she by Sheree, Chateau she don't pay.
A fashion show with no fashions.
How dreadful.
How dreadful. So Brooksy's thing isn't doing the thing. I don't know what they're doing. Seth is seemingly the only one. That was one of the moments
where I was like, Jen Shaw is popping off for me when she was like, is it just one look? The only variation came in Brooks himself walking down the runway. I think there's a cat.
There is a cat behind the curtain. Okay, so let's
wrap it up.
We're gonna wrap it up. Okay.
This has been such a delight.
I just love having you on.
I love
having
here.
you around. Really happy that you're my friend.
Same.
You will be a repeat guest. Ultimate Girls Trip is coming out. You're gonna see my sweet baby Derek out in these streets, out in these Patreon streets very soon. Don't you worry. We're gonna have a lot to say about everything.
I cannot wait.
It's gonna be so good.
I need to start a countdown.
Ooh, do it. Put it in the stories. Make sure you tag me.
Yes.
So we can send this back and forth. Duh, of course. Let's see. Follow me, guys. Things are happening. Slowly but surely, like the tiny little crab I am just sideways stepping my way to glory, okay? We got merch coming out. We're, the cup is it not
this
so
mug
cute?
is gorgeous.
Is it not so cute? We made it. We made it with our
so
tiny
much.
little. Me and Lou are putting our blood, sweat, and tears into this. We're literally pumping out the hits. We're making stickers, all that fun stuff. Be sure to follow us on all the things at the Hard R's 313. That's all one word. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. I'm planning on streaming from Twitch and then uploading. I want to have live streams.
Live streams.
Or maybe we can start
Q&As.
Yes. Okay. So things are happening. Okay.
The way my watch just tried to harass me and tell me it was time to stand.
First of all, shut up.
Shut up, bitch.
Watch. You stand up. Follow. We love you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Mwah. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Stay up. Yes.